All right.
Somebody
Dude,
was
this thing is
super,
incredible. You can do so much with it.
Someone was super sad about our music when they found out that it's not actually an original.
It is. We wrote the original for all of them.
We did, and then we sold the rights.
Exactly.
We sold the rights to it.
All right, you ready, Jimmy?
Yeah, hey, Tyler.
What?
I got a story.
Okay.
So, these boys I've been coaching in football, it's basketball season.
Basketball season now. Who needs football?
I got to tell you a little story. So we play in the A division. So there's, A, B, C, D, whatever. We play the A division. We've won the championship 3 years in a row. Pretty good little team. Okay. But there was nobody in the A division this year. 6th grade A.
Okay.
There was nobody in the A division. There was 2 teams. So they asked if we wanted to play in the B. There's 31 teams in the B, by the way.
Okay.
So like
31?
Yeah, which
Wow.
is crazy. Or if we wanted to move up to 7th grade. Now, I didn't realize the gap between 6th graders and 7th graders is massive.
It's a big jump.
Puberty is a real thing, Tyler.
It is.
My biggest kid is 5'5" and probably weighs 100 pounds. You want to know, we have played 3 games now.
Uh-huh.
First team had a kid that was 6'4".
Wow.
Literally, he had to have drove himself there. I mean, full like puberty. He had acne, everything. Second game, they had 2 6-footers. And then our third game, we just played a team and they had a kid that was probably 6'2", another kid that was 6'1".
How many wins do you have?
We were 1-2. So we did win on Saturday because, look, we go 5 out around the 3-point line.
Yeah.
Bomb threes because that's all we can do. We can't get in the paint. Everybody just swats all of our shots. But then what we did was our defense is we put 5 guys in the paint because all teams do is lob it inside on us.
Yeah.
So I had all 5 of my guys, and they were like gnats. They were just swatting at the ball. Anytime one of those bigs would bring the ball down, smacking at the ball, and we won 34-32.
But
Big win.
Doesn't that win, that one win, even though you only have one, doesn't that one win feel so
100% because we pushed ourselves. There's too many
Exactly.
people out there that aren't pushing themselves.
Sandbaggers.
They are, and it's like there's actually there's a B1 and a B2 division in 6th grade.
Uh-huh.
There's 31 teams in B1, 22 teams in B2.
Gotcha.
So that means there's 53. Is my math right? Teams that didn't want to challenge themselves.
Bunch of cowards.
Yeah. What is more like valuable in life? The plastic medal that you can win or challenging yourself to get better?
I know what a lot of people would say.
Life lessons, Tyler, life lessons.
Okay. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of KOTC. We are nearing the end of 2025. What a year it's been.
Incredible.
Shortly, soon, we will have the awards show that we have at the end of each year. So make sure to stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Are you doing a tux?
I may.
Soon?
I might. I may. Every year it's something different. I may switch it up.
Will we be standing up?
No, people hate it when we're I think they feel uncomfortable when we stand.
I feel like it deserst respect.
Should we stand?
And we should stand up for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it. Like I said, I love a good awards show.
Okay. So, if you guys have any ideas or nominees that you'd like to see us talk about or cover, make sure to put those in the comments, and we will do our best to get to those. Big shout out to our title sponsor of the 2025 KOTC podcast, which is the Picklr. We love the Picklr. They are the #1 franchise pickleball venue in the entire world with over 60 open locations.
Yeah.
They're just crushing it. If you're interested in starting your own business within pickleball, reach out to them at picklr.com and tell them that the guys at KOTC sent you. We also have a code sorry, I don't even know what I'm saying. Cameo. Cameos are great. We just did
one. We just did one. Shout out. Maybe we shouldn't say because sometimes it's a surprise.
Yeah. If you are listening and would like one for your friend, your family, somebody you know, yourself, reach out to us on Cameo. The link is in the description below. We do birthday shout outs, roast, happy birthdays,
Yeah.
get wells, everything.
By the way, we talk about the Picklr every week, but again, it is. We usually film Sunday nights, but it is Monday. It is 11:30, and is there an empty court? Maybe one. It's crazy.
There's a 5-year-old running across it, so we're not counting that as empty.
Okay, yeah, that's someone's there. So yeah, I mean, it's incredible how packed it is.
Yeah. So go check them out. Thank you for the support, Picklr. And anything else, Jimmy? We do have a code for tournaments. We've been going back and forth, and so hopefully by the end of this year, we'll have everything finalized. We will include the list of codes that we have for tournament registrations. Some of them work, some of them don't work. But like I said, by the end of this year, 2025, we should have
We'll
that.
get it worked out. Trust. You got to have trust.
Something will happen.
If not, then we're going to have a code for APP.
Something. All right.
You guys want to buy APP and just paddles? Then maybe we will.
Okay. Also, we have so many updates, and this episode is jam-packed. As we mentioned, our big announcement is next year we are introducing a new call-in show that I am so excited to begin. Jimmy, are you scared for it?
I'm nervous.
Where people will actually they'll call in and we will talk with them one-on-one.
Here's the reality of the situation. There's a couple of people who we're going to have to find their number and block them.
Okay. I got the censor button ready.
Yeah. But other than that, I'm excited. I love the interactions. I've said this before. I love when people come up to us at events, introduce themselves, tell us they're fans of the pod, talk to us. I've been stopped in the most random spots.
Yeah.
Look, we're not famous. We're pickleball. But it can't not make you feel good when you're walking down the Vegas Strip and someone's like, love the pod.
Yeah.
Or you're in an airport or wherever. Like, I don't know why. But it just, everyone, it means that like we're doing something right.
And in the beginning, we will need your support. So whether you love us or hate us, feel free to call in. It can be about pickleball, about his son's basketball, about my trip to Hawaii. It can be about whatever you want.
Let's talk about whatever, anything, anything.
I will include the number. I actually have a number. We have a number for people to call in. It will only be active on the days that we are recording. And so do not try to call us when we are not recording.
Yeah, because otherwise, actually, it's forwarded to Tyler's cell phone and you're going to wake him up.
All right, Jimmy, while I was in Hawaii this last week, it was awful.
What island?
Oahu.
Oahu.
Yeah. Hawaii is great. I don't think you can go there and have a bad time.
No. Hawaii is incredible. I think that I'm partial to Maui at this point in my life because I think Maui is kind of the perfect mix between the commercial side and the secluded side. I think Hawaii is a little bit too secluded. I think Oahu's great, but it can be a little bit, a little busy. Yeah. And Maui's kind of right in the middle. But look, it doesn't matter. It's all incredible. Yeah. If you haven't been, put it on your bucket list.
I did do Cocoa Head.
You did?
Yes. And
How many steps is it?
I don't know. But I did it in under 20 minutes.
That's good.
Which I think is decent. I did it in like 18 to 19.
Didn't they close that? Isn't it technically closed?
No, that's a Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven, that's right.
That one's incredible. That one is the best hike I've ever done.
Really? And that one's closed, right? Like you have to sneak through.
You can kind of get by a little bit.
Yeah, people kind of go like it before the sun comes up and sneak through the fence. And that's awesome.
But yeah, a lot of fun. Now back to pickleball, I guess. Yeah. So while I was there, we had news break, which was shocking. We had a notice about some pickleball players getting their contracts terminated.
Yeah, let's go.
We did an emergency episode to kind of cover some of the details on it. Let's just refresh, kind of recap what it was about and if we've learned any new information from that.
Yeah, so basically what happened was James Ignatowicz, Vivian Glausman, Ryan Fu, and Paris Todd, they all went to Japan, and they put on a clinic, and the clinic was put on by the Japanese Pickleball Federation, I believe. JPF, and that clinic was done during, there was a tournament going on as well. There's 1,200 participants, including an open division. Jamie Haas, Kento Tamaki, they all played in the open division, in the pro division. And then they did an exhibition where they actually sold tickets to that exhibition as well. I think it was $20 a ticket. They gave away the main title sponsor was RPM. They gave away 300 RPM paddles, which we know James Ignatowicz obviously is the owner of. I think he owns 70%. So it was this big, it was a big production. I mean, 1,200 players is huge. Yeah. And I don't think that on the surface that is I mean, look, I don't think PPA loves that, because if you would log into the website, it did say PPA Tour Pros all over it, where the previous year it just said pros, pro pickleball players. Now it's saying PPA Tour Pros everywhere. But the problem was what was presented to the PPA in terms of permissions. So in PPA contracts, Tyler, I guess there are clauses, and doing clinics, events, other things like that outside of your PPA contract require permission. Annalie Waters played in the U.S. Open. She needed permission for that, right? We've seen players go and do clinics and things overseas and other places before. That requires permission. I guess even if you're doing a clinic in your hometown, the PPA requires permission. They feel like they pay a lot of money, and the one thing that they want for that amount of money is exclusivity. Mm-hmm. Now, there's conflicting reports. So essentially what happened was the PPA terminated the contracts of
three out of the four.
James, Ryan, and Vivian. Okay?
And it also, to note, is PPA had contract renegotiations, and you had the option to accept those or not. And all of those players did not.
None of those players accepted it. So essentially you could have accepted it. They would have extended your deal for 3 years, and you would have been playing for prize money in 2026. None of those players accepted it. Essentially, this is the final year of their deal for all of those players, and they're on guaranteed contracts. Mm-hmm. So I think that is important to note. So PPA terminates their contracts. Now, Ryan Fu goes to Twitter. He says, number one, we did ask for permission. Number two, we haven't even done the exhibition yet. Not sure that that's a compelling argument. Number three, he said that they did the exact same tournament last year. Mm-hmm. And again, if you look at the advertisements, we've seen them side by side. 2025, it was like PPA was all over it. Mm-hmm. 2024, it just said pros. There's no mention of PPA. And he said that nobody contacted him before he was terminated. That one I think is, that's a tough look. I don't know if he was or he wasn't, but hopefully PPA contacted him before they released a press release. The first one, the permission. There was an email sent by James Ignatowicz, and it actually says I believe it says me, Ryan,
Max, and Tyra.
So no Glosman and no Paris on this email, okay? And it says we're doing an event, blah, 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 right? But it doesn't, it says we're doing a free clinic. Mm-hmm. I think that's important to note here. PPA responded, and they said, is the clinic being done by anybody that is a sponsor of a competing entity? Mm-hmm. James' response was, no, it's some rich old couple in Japan that's putting on the clinic.
Okay.
He made it sound like it was small. It wasn't being put on by any sort of federation, that it was basically this older couple in Japan that wanted some pros to come hang out with them and their friends, so they're willing to pay. That's not crazy, right? We've seen that before, right? We've seen these ladies in Newport spend money to have Tyson McGuffin come do a clinic for just the four of them.
Yeah.
It's not that wild, that part of it. But then essentially what happens is they go over there, they put on their clinic, and actually what I was told is a couple of PPA pros reach out and said, how come these guys are being allowed to do this clinic that nobody else would be allowed to do? Mm-hmm. And PPA said, well, what are you talking about? This is what he told us. So they started sending over
snitches.
Snitches get stitches and end up in ditches, but they started sending over the flyers and the marketing material. So PPA digs into it a little deeper. They see that it's done by the Japanese Pickleball Federation, not some old rich couple. That there's 1,200 participants.
Maybe the old rich couple owns the Japanese.
Possibly, but then you probably need to disclose that. They see that there is 1,200 participants, that RPM is a title sponsor, all the things we talked about. RPM gave away 300 free paddles, and it wasn't free. There's a $200 cost, plus a $20 cost to watch them play an exhibition.
Yeah.
So PPA essentially, I feel like they have a zero tolerance policy on this now. We've seen Kwong have his contract eliminated. We saw Daniel De La Rosa And so they terminated them. And look, there's two things about this. Okay. One, do I think that PPA took a very hardline stance, and ideally, like, you could say that it was an overreaction? Yeah, I think you can argue that. That's an insane stance to take. Like, you're gone. Mm-hmm. Has there been a precedent set in the past? Yes, with Kwong and with De La Rosa and others, right? Did James, all of these things can be true, by the way. Did James did he know that this was a gray area and he kind of tried to skirt the rules? Yes. Did Ryan Fu ever ask for permission?
Not to our knowledge.
Not to our knowledge. James asked for both of them, and he's supposed to submit his own request. Did Vivian was she even included in anything? No. And this PPA, is this an easy way if you're a company that, is trying to cut costs and save money, to save $600,000?
Yeah.
I mean, I said this, Tyler, 2 months ago. I said, if you did not take that deal, you better read every aspect of your contract.
Yeah. You
better know the ins and outs of that deal, especially if you're not a player that moves the needle.
Yeah.
And look, James at one point is he anymore? Not really. Is Glosman? Hell no. Glosman only plays MLP. She has the best contract in pickleball.
Yeah.
She makes $200,000 a year to play 6 events.
Yeah.
There's not a better contract in pickleball. So you think that any chance they have to get rid of her, they're going to? Hell yeah. Right? And then Ryan Fu, I don't even know what his deal is, but he's collateral damage at this point. I mean, it is what it is. Now, the case with Paris is an interesting one.
Uh-huh.
Because the optics don't look good. The optics look like, Paris is worth more than the other 3, so she is not receiving the same punishment. However, we were told that Paris's agent did reach out. He did ask for permission. They were given permission, and Paris did not communicate. And this is where it's like ignorance is bliss. Do you lose your contract completely for being ignorant? Mm-hmm. But she did not communicate directly with the tournament organizers and kind of took the other players' words for it on what this consisted of.
In that same breath, though, you could maybe use that ignorance with Ryan Fu. Maybe he was just following along with James Ignatowicz, which he has done in the past. And so I think it's a very gray area.
He is James's B word.
So
he makes bad decisions on the court. Why wouldn't he make bad decisions off the court?
That has captivated the pickleball world. But it seems like there hasn't been any new updates with it. And so it seems like...
I mean, look, Ryan and James are having fun with it in a weird way. They're making a bunch of posts.
In my personal opinion, they're funny. But if they are trying to get back, which it doesn't seem like James is, if they are trying to get back to be able to play PPAs, in my opinion, it doesn't seem like that's the best way to go about it.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're not. They don't care. I mean, James said he's going to stay in Asia. He's going to travel, right? We know he's got an affinity for Asian women. Let's just call it what it is. He's in a good spot.
Yeah.
He's happy with his paddle brand. I'm not sure if he thought that if he was going to play after this year anyways. Mm-hmm. Now, it is a lot of money. I mean, James's contract is rumored to be around $400,000.
Yes, but his paddle sales, I mean, we know for certain as of now, he's already done over $1 million in revenue.
Well,
easily.
Do we know for certain?
According to him.
According to him, he was doing it for a small, tiny, free clinic in Japan. So,
according to RPM.
So, but look, I do want to talk about that a little bit because there's a lot of people online that were like, Kwong's going to make more in Asia. James is going to just make more in Asia. Asia. And look, can you pop off in Asia? Are there billions and billions of people? Sure. Is there a market at some point? Yes. But that's not always the case, right? Like, it's not always like you expand to Asia and you get rich.
Yeah. So I was talking to somebody about this high at the PPA, and they said it is popular over there in Asia, but it is a little bit overstated at how much.
Exactly.
And the sponsors aren't necessarily there like they are here in the States.
100%. And look, here's an example. Like, we like to compare other sports, but Dwayne Wade, okay? Dwayne Wade is one of the best basketball players. I think most people would say, he had a 10-year stretch that maybe was one of the best ever, right? He was signed with Jordan Brand. Mm-hmm. When he was signed with Jordan Brand shoes, he was doing about selling 1.7 million pairs of shoes a year. Mm-hmm. And that was from 2008 to around 2012. In 2012, he signs with a Chinese brand called Li-Ning. And everybody's like, look, they're not known in the States, but they'll get popular in the States, but they're huge in China. Yeah. You're going to sell millions. You're going to be even more wealthy. He signed a lifetime deal, by the way, with Li-Ning. Lifetime. You know how many pairs of shoes he averages per year?
I don't.
Under 40,000. From 1.7 million to selling under 40,000 pairs.
Really?
So again, it's not always the case where it's going to translate and it's going to pop off. Now, James is a hustler. James
is a little bit different, in my opinion, because he has a paddle brand where he's selling actual paddles rather than just a player looking for sponsors. Yeah, so his is a little bit different, but I agree.
Well, I agree, but like, is RPM? I mean, again, it's just an interesting, situation, and there's got to be a pro tour over there. But like, people still buying the Starberries after Stefan Marbury went over to play in China, the Chinese basketball league. No, did the Jimmer went over there and he dominated. He was scoring friggin' 70 points. He scored 70 points in a game over there. Nobody cares. So while it might be, on the surface seem like a good move, like, he'll be okay, and I'm sure he'll be fine, right? Like, the top league in the world is still the PPA. And you can argue that, and someone told me that I was a sellout, and that guy can eat a fat one. But he told me I was a sellout because I didn't take James's side on this. And it's like, first of all, I have zero loyalty to James. James is a nice guy. We, at one point, were friends. I haven't talked to James in a year, okay? But my point of the whole situation is that, like, again, I can see both sides. Do I think it could have been a little bit of an overreaction? Absolutely. Like, should there maybe been a warning? Should you made a phone call? Yeah. Now, the one dude on Twitter, what's his name? The guy that posts everything AI that doesn't have an original thought. Frank, yeah. Frankly unaware. Yeah. Yeah, everything's AI, just so you know. He doesn't even delete the little hash marks. But that guy said there should be a 3-strike rule. That's the wildest thing I've ever heard. Because imagine if you're like, okay, APP is going to pay me a $100,000 appearance fee. I don't have a strike this year, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Like, look, I get where PPA is coming from in the sense that they're paying for the exclusivity. Now, is it a heavy hand? And are you like, man, these guys aren't messing around? Yeah.
How do you feel if you're the Slice? 2 of your players were over there.
I mean, the slice, it's rough, right? But what did the Mad Drops get when they lost QD?
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, it's the same with any league, right?
They got Ben Johns.
Well, yeah, but they had to go pay for him and they had to trade for him. I mean, look, it's unfortunately that happens in every single league, right? Like,
my question to you:
the Packers they just traded for Micah Parsons. He just blew out his ACL. Yeah. Do the Packers get compensation for that? No.
Yeah, I mean, everything is different. Everything is unique. If you apply this to other sports, it's just every sport is different. I mean, I couldn't imagine NBA players going over mid-season to go play in a different game, a different matchup or anything like that. However, you said that you would love to see when it's only prize money, where players can go play whatever tournament they want.
If it's only prize money and everybody is competing for the same amount. Now, look, this is where I think PPA did their gold members. Gold member, isn't that a movie?
Maybe.
The gold members compete for a higher level of prize money. And in order to compete for the higher level of prize money, they want like the exclusivity. Yeah. But if everybody's competing for the same amount of prize money, I don't see any issue with you competing in multiple tours and multiple events. You enter, you win, you go to the next one. Oh, look, this APP is close to my house. Same time as the PPA, I'm going to play that. Oh, this PPA is here, I'm going to play that. Now, if you take guaranteed money, or if you take a contract that says, hey, I'm going to be guaranteed main draws and I'm going to make more than the average Joe off the street, then it makes sense that they want the exclusivity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if it's straight prize money, everyone's on the same playing field. Why can't you play others?
So that's been a fun topic. Before we get into our next fun topic, we have to give a big shout out to our next sponsor, which is C&D Pickleball Nets. We love them. They've been with us from the very beginning of King of the Court podcast. So thank you for the support.
OGs.
We talk about them every single time. They're the best pickleball nets, best quality nets that you can get for playing, for practicing, for your pickleball facilities, for your driveways, for your rec center, for whatever pickleball court you have. Go use their nets. They have a bunch of different options to choose from as well. Use code KOTC at checkout. bestpickleballnets.com. They're great.
Yeah, love C&D Nets. There's nothing better. I actually talked to an executive of a tour the other day, of a very, very high-ranking executive, and he was like, dude, they make the best nets.
Yeah.
He admitted that himself.
Interesting. I wonder what tour it could have been.
I mean, multiple. I talked to multiple tours, Tyler.
All right. So next fun topic that I want to run past you is Will Howells just played in his last tournament for APP.
William.
He ended the year, I don't know, what was he, top 2, top 3?
Yeah, he won 2 gold. I mean, he finished with 2 golds. He won mixed and he won men's.
So Will Howells is on the New Jersey Fives, the Clowns team. And it's been long rumored that he's been coming over to the PPA. In the beginning, he just didn't have that good of a deal or that good of an offer, so he never wanted to. And then finally, they were able to come to agreement. And in 2026, he will be on the PPA Tour.
Yeah, full time.
Full-time.
And he will be playing with Noe Cliff.
From our sources, Noe Cliff and
Rachel Rohrbacher.
do the voice.
Here we go, Will. Here we go, Rachel. Here we go, Will. Here we go, Rachel. It's going to be awesome. Bobby and Will are going to be an incredible partnership.
Oh, my gosh. Real quick, we have a new merch link, new merch website. So if you're interested in
Should we get one that says, here we go, Bobby? Actually, should we do custom? Here we go, Rachel.
Exactly. We can do that now.
Here we go, Rachel. Here we go,
So
Jade.
if you're interested in getting some KOTC merch, go to this link in the website in the description below, and it will take you to our official website now.
How about we get one that says, not you, CJ?
That's classic. Only OGs will remember that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on Will? How will he do? How many medals will he get? Where will he end by the end of this year?
Well, look, I think that Will and Noe they'll be decent. Now, do I think that they're going to break into that top 4 men who have made top 4 teams who have made every single semi? No, I don't. Now, do they get one? Maybe. But that's a very, very tough group to break into. Those top 8 guys, we've talked about them ad nauseum, big word. But, Ben Johns and Tardio, right? Daescu and Christian, Hayden and Fed. Now, not together, but just Hayden and Fed in general. It's a tough. Oh, and then obviously J-Dub and CJ or whoever J-Dub. It's a tough group to break into.
Yeah.
Those 4 teams or those 8 players have essentially won, almost everything. And this year we know that Fed and Daescu are together and Christian and Hayden. So they're just swapping.
Yeah.
But the core is still the same.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a very, very tough group to break into now. Can they get into it once, maybe twice, finish in 4th, maybe steal a bronze? Possibly. In mixed, I think he has a better chance depending on his draws because I think Rachel's a solid player. But again, look, the level of competition is much, much better. I'm not trying to downplay. I think that if you are playing pro pickleball at any level, you're good. Okay? You're very, very good. And a lot of the people on the APP tour are very good. But Chris Hayworth himself has said that it's a completely different level.
Yeah.
And the other thing is on APP is Will Howells is playing with arguably it's 1 and 2 playing together.
Yeah.
Him and Jack Monroe, right? I don't think anybody would argue that they're the number 1 and number 2 males. So you're playing together. It gives you an easier road. I mean, they're playing Tanner Tomasi and Richard Levernice in the, in the finals.
Yeah.
Right. And then in mixed, he's got Bobby Oshiro, who's probably a top 3 female. So, yeah, I mean, I think that it's going to be a lot tougher for him. If he wins 3 medals, I think that's a successful season.
Okay.
3. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. I really want to see Sophia. How do you pronounce it? Suing?
Sewing? I don't know.
Sewing? Seving?
Suing? I don't know.
I want to see her come over
Yeah.
because she's dominating.
No, she's good, yeah. Especially in singles.
Yeah.
She'd probably be a top 7 in singles.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, and her and Shelby Bates just won another gold together at the APP championships. So, yeah, I would love to see her. I don't know how. Jilly B and Megan Fudge have kind of fallen off. You know who won men's singles, Tyler?
Who was it?
Ryler DeHart.
I heard that, yeah.
At 41 years old.
Yeah.
Now, look, Ryler DeHart, again, solid player.
Yeah.
He's had a really good career. But does Ryler DeHart come over to the PPA and win a men's singles title?
Unfortunately, I don't think so.
He loses in the first round.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe second round. So yeah, it's just a different, it's just a different league. But so yeah, Will, I think there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve for Will, but yeah, I think he'll be okay. He's played MLP, so I think that helps.
He has, but MLP is quite a bit different than PPAs.
Yeah, look, you're not going to have Annalie next to you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So should be fun. Will he still have his facial hair?
I hope he shaves it. He looks better without it, honestly. He looks rough. I think he got married or engaged, and it's like he just quit. He just quit on his appearance. It's too bad.
Okay. I hope he has success. I really do. I honestly do.
I don't think you do.
The thing that I will say is I've been in the game for quite a while.
What if he has success against you?
Great. Have him play his best. It's for me, one of my pet peeves is when people put these other people on pedestals when they have yet to have the results for it. And so if he goes out there and plays and has the results, awesome, more power to him. But I have people telling me he's a top 5, top 10 player, top 15, whatever it is, but he hasn't played any matches on the PPA
he's got to
side.
go earn it. He's got to go out and earn it. And
So that's where I come from. And people think, oh, you're hating on him or whatever. No, it's just I want to see somebody actually have results before I say this is the best player in the world.
Well, here's the reality is he's going to now all the hypotheticals are out the window, right?
Exactly.
He's not a Notre Dame football fan where he's just going to win off of hypotheticals and they never actually do anything on the field.
Yeah.
Haven't won a championship since 1988.
Didn't he play at Notre Dame?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Their football team hasn't won a championship since 1988, but they act like they're the best team in the world.
Yeah.
Like they're hypothetical champs. They got left out of the playoffs because they played a weak schedule.
Yeah.
So anyways, Will, going to Notre Dame, it's fitting that he's a hypothetical champion. So now let's have him actually prove it.
But I do like him, and like I said, I do hope he has success. And if he is in the top 10 or makes it to the finals or whatever, that'd be great. Okay, last bit of information: Selkirk plus Tesla.
Yeah. So you're
I am one of the biggest fanboys of Tesla. And so to see them drop this collaboration was actually very surprising, but not unexpected. If Tesla were to partner with any brand, I probably would have said Selkirk.
Yeah, so here's the interesting thing is I guess...
So Selkirk and Tesla, they dropped a paddle.
Yeah, so they dropped a paddle. It was $444, I believe, for this paddle. It's basically, let's call it what it is.
Sold out within the same day, within hours.
It did sell out, but it's essentially a boomstick. It's a boomstick that's branded as Tesla. This is what we're seeing, Tyler. Look, there's not a lot of new technology coming out for some of these paddle manufacturers, right?
Selkirk claims they worked on it with Tesla for over a year.
Yeah, well, look, but it's the same tech. They admitted it's the same technology as a boomstick. So maybe you worked on the design, and if that took you a year, you get your money back. But the reality is the core and everything is similar. And so, look, I think it's a really cool collab. It's sold out. They're going on eBay for $1,000, $1,500 now.
Yeah.
So I think that's awesome. But everybody essentially loves Gen 3, Gen 4 technology, right? That's where we're at. That's the technology that everybody is in love with.
The man builds rocket. How easy would it be for him to build a pickleball paddle? Elon and Tesla.
Is that what he said?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. But so you don't need to reinvent the wheel when it comes to paddles. But what do you need to do to keep your paddles fresh and keep them spicy? And it's these collabs, it's these different colorways, it's all of the things, and that's Volair, right? We've got peanuts and SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Diadem. Have you seen Diadems? They
Which
did a
one?
Monopoly board.
Oh, nice.
You have 4 paddles and they all go together, and it's
Fun.
a playable Monopoly board.
Fun.
We've got the what's the Gamer Yola one? What's it called?
Razor.
Razor,
Yeah.
the Razor scooter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they got the gamer one, right? Little freaking Jack Pickleball's in there playing video games, right? When he should be touching grass, And now we've got the Tesla collab, and they've all seemed to work fairly well.
So question for you is, you said it's not surprising that Selkirk has dropped, I'm paraphrasing, that Selkirk has dropped a lot of their players, and they're doing these types of collaborations. Is that good for the company overall?
Yeah, I think it's good for the company's bottom line. Tell me this. Tell me a player not named Ben Johns, okay, that Selkirk could have signed and sold out paddles this quickly.
I still think Tyson McGuffin is very marketable.
But do you think Tyson would have sold out all these paddles $444?
Well, it depends on how many they had. They don't tell you.
That's true, but the point is they tapped into a completely different market.
Yes, but that's only going to last for a certain amount of time.
It is, but look, it's not even.
If you go to the courts right now, we don't see any Selkirk. Well, we might now with the boomstick, but before the boomstick, we didn't see any Selkirks.
We didn't. Now you see a lot because of the boomstick. But the point is that you're going to see like this type of collab, right? I bet you that
I love collaborations, by the way. Almost anytime there's a collaboration, I buy it.
I bet only a handful of actual like pickleball people bought this. It's the Tesla fanboys.
Yeah.
They're the ones that bought it.
Yes, but
like I had dudes that were like, "Oh, I don't even know what this is, but that bag is sick."
Yeah.
Like they like the bag over anything else. So it's smart from a company perspective. It's a very smart decision.
I just wonder what their cut was to Tesla. To use Tesla's name, I mean, it's got to be massive.
I mean, dude, we're looking out right here. Okay, we've got an Agassi.
We have 2 Agassiz and 1 Paddle Tech.
Yeah, it looks like a Paddle Tech. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what we saw, right? The
But
Agassi collab's another
what I
great
was
one.
getting at is when Selkirk dropped all those players, they cut all their players. You stopped seeing a lot of the Selkirks, and that could have been because they didn't have good paddles at the time.
They did, and that's because, dude, the Lux was a disaster. It's pillow soft, right?
I actually think Jack played great with it because he had so much power.
Well, yeah, Jack is the one guy that could still have power with
Yeah.
it, but like the boomstick, it's a game changer, dude. I mean, we in our Discord, people are saying the one paddle they hate to play against is the boomstick,
Yeah.
right? Because dude, there's not a better name for it, and the reality is it's already out there. There's not a player that's going to use that paddle that's going to get as many sales as the Tesla would.
Yeah. Like I said, though, I do wonder what their cut was, what their split was with Tesla.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
To
even if
license
their
Tesla's name, are you serious?
even if their split is,
if you put Tesla on a pickleball,
yeah,
they would sell out.
yeah, but even if they broke even,
Yeah.
right? Their name is everywhere now.
Yeah.
Right? The brand awareness is probably worth it.
All right. A lot of us tangents. We're just kind of ranting today.
Love it.
Which, if you like that, get ready for the call-in show. Okay. This week is the last tournament for PPA for 2025. It is the PPA Daytona. Do you know what it's called?
The Dairy Farmer Open?
The Dairy Farm Open.
Dairy Farm, Florida Farmers. What is it?
Something.
Florida Dairy Farm Milk My Cow Open?
Florida Dairy Farmers Daytona Beach Open.
Yeah, see? Crazy.
Do you want to hear well,
Did you know that there were dairy farms in Florida?
I did, yeah.
Did you know
that group approached PPA and they wanted to sponsor the tournament. They're like, oh, this is awesome. But they wanted to include like coolers and stuff like that on site where people can like just go get free milk and free ice cream and stuff like that.
Really?
I was like, I should go there just for that.
They really did?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah,
I would
like chocolate milk and stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Men's singles.
Where's my draws?
It is a smaller bracket. Very small. Wow. It is only a round of 64 for guys. Federico is the number 1 seed. You got Noe Cliff. You got Connor Garnett coming off of his PPA Asia tournament. Gabe Joseph is there. Christian Alshon is playing singles. He's the number 2 seed. Dylan Frazier, number 7. And that is that.
Pretty good.
Okay, who do you think? Who do you have?
I like Alshon here. I think Alshon is going to do well. I think Hayworth will do well. I mean, I don't think there's any surprise. Obviously, Fed is in his home state. He just got engaged. Congratulations, Federico. How about that? How about Fed gets engaged and Pablo gets married on like the same week?
Wild.
So yeah, I mean, look, it's the usual suspects. I will say this. I'm going to say that it's Fed and Gabe Joseph in one semi and Hayworth and Alshon in the other.
Real quick, I don't mean to talk bad about him or anything like that, but John Lucien Goings, he had a great run for a little bit. But
Back-to-back wins.
But the past probably 3 or 4 tournaments, he hasn't made it as far. Thoughts on his future?
I mean, it just shows. I mean, he's still only 16, 17. He did win a chess tournament recently, I saw, so he's doing something.
Okay.
Look, dude, it just shows you this is how hard how hard it is, right? This is how hard men's singles is. It's the toughest event in pickleball. So yeah, I mean he had a good run, but the work never stops.
Okay.
But it also shows you how good a guy like Fed is, right? And Hunter, who are consistently there, and even a Hayworth to come over and consistently. We haven't seen Chris Hayworth upset early at all.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, women's singles. I do not see Annalee's name in the tournament. It looks like she might be taking it off. Caitlin Christian is the number 1 seed. That's Chris, right?
Yeah. Chris Walker, yeah.
Is that his wife?
That's a guy.
No, the girl in the red.
Oh, I don't see a girl in the red.
Lean forward like 3 inches.
Yeah.
That is not the same girl that we saw here.
Yeah, I promise. I'll ask her. I promise.
All right. Women's singles. Caitlin Christian, number 1.
Yeah, Caitlin Christian won. No Annalee Waters. Who's our Leia's a 2 seed.
Number 2.
Man, Leia's a grinder. Does anybody play more events? It used to be you, but now I think it's Leia. Does anyone play more events than Leia?
I don't know. Yeah.
Let's see. Salome and Mari. Who's the 3 seed?
Jeannie Bouchard coming in at number 4.
Oh, Catherine's the 3. I heard a rumor that, speaking of Selkirk, Catherine and Selkirk might be done. Probably
at the end of this year.
Like they're not going to renew.
They haven't renewed anybody.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's interesting. Yeah. So I mean, this one for me, I think it's going to go as planned. I think we see Caitlin Christian and Leia in the finals.
Okay. Mixed doubles, or let's go.
Ava Ignatovich and
Mevish, my Utah fellow
your former teammate that
yeah.
you never met. I met
mixed,
her at Worlds. She's very nice, very sweet.
Great. We love Mev.
All right.
Mixed doubles. Georgia and JW are the 1 seed.
Yeah, that makes sense. Tyra and Christian, Georgia, J-Dub.
Hey, we got Judith Castillo and Julian Arnold. Lots of Spanish and Italian going on there.
Juan Benitez and Ava Ignatovich.
Okay.
That's an interesting one. Max Freeman, the smartest of the Ignatovich crew, and Alex Walker.
Gabe Tardio, Jesse Irvin.
Gabe and Jesse are the 3 seed. Declan and Catherine. Interesting. We've heard that Catherine's going to actually play with Gabe in 2026. So is this the last time we see Jesse and Gabe play together? Could be possible.
Jay is back with Callie.
Jay and Callie, that's an old staple. One team I really like to make some noise, I like Tina and Eric Onsens. Okay. I think that team can make a little bit of noise.
Ranchers.
Yeah, look, they're familiar with each other. Team Ranchers.
Will Ryan be there cheering them on?
Actually, that team, yes. Christian and Tyra, probably not. Rachel and Fed is another team I think that could do pretty well. So, but look, I think that old reliable. We gotta talk about J-Dub and Georgia going to pull this one out.
Okay, men's doubles.
Also, is it interesting that Annalee is only playing women's?
Not too interesting.
She's got to get that. Only the one that she can win. All right, Andre and Gabe. Heavy favorites in this. CJ and Jaume. That team could be interesting.
They've played a couple times, right?
Yeah. Riley and Noe. AJ Kohler, Connor Garnett. Fed and Christian.
AJ Kohler and Connor Garnett. Interesting. Connor was supposed to play with Jack Sock. So it looks like Jack probably pulled out or is not playing that tournament.
Yeah, I don't see Jack anywhere. Now, Fed is going with Deskew. Hayden is going with Christian in 2026, but Fed and Christian are together for the last event of 2025.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that one could be interesting. That puts Fed back on the left. In that matchup, Fed's been playing a lot of right. He's going to play right almost exclusively next year with Deskew.
Yeah.
So that could be a little bit of an interesting matchup.
Oh, it still has Max Freeman and Ryan Fu listed.
Yeah, that's gonna be a withdrawal. Looks like Augie and J-Dub.
Chuck Taylor getting a big win.
Yeah, Chuck and Johnson Cola, congratulations on making the round of 16. Good for you guys. Tom Protzek and Jay DeVilliers together. Yeah, look, again, it's Andre and Gabe and everybody else. Do I think that there's a team like Onsens and Fraser could get hot?
This is the last tournament of the year. Do you think we'll see maybe some teams maybe trying some new shots out, kind of thinking about Christmas, or do you think they'll be locked in?
Well, look, Julian's going to be one and done, so I feel bad that Brandon French is even going to fly to Florida. But, you know, I think that this is a chance for some of these lower level, I don't want to say lower level, but maybe teams that don't medal as often to make a deep run.
Okay.
Right? This is a chance for you. Like, look, Ben's not there. Hayden's not there. I mean, there's a lot of guys missing. So, yeah, this is a legit chance. Can DJ Young and Wyatt Stone, you know, make a run to the quarters or the semis? You know, it's possible.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Women's doubles?
Yeah, women's doubles. We got AL and Georgia.
Is this the first time they've ever partnered up?
I don't know. I feel like Annalie was a little bit scared of her because she didn't want people to realize how good Georgia was. And she got a lot of love for being the best teenager when Georgia was pretty freaking good herself.
Is this the first time they've partnered up, though?
I can't remember another one.
Okay.
So, yes. I'll say yes. Rachel Rohrabacher and Etta are the three. Who's the two? Oh, Catherine and Tyra. That team could be decent, but I don't think anybody's going to press AL in Georgia.
Okay.
In fact, I'm going to say that the 1 seeds, Tyler, win every single event in Daytona.
Wow.
Every event in Daytona is going to be won by a 1 seed.
Wild.
It's going to be like the Final Four where all 4 ones made it.
Wild prediction.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else, Jimmy?
And then I'm going to say, just as I predicted, even though I took all 1s. No, I mean, listen, be safe. Don't go out at night. Wear gloves. Don't use public bathrooms. Don't turn left out of the facility. You know, stay within the friendly confines of the facility, and you guys will be fine.
Love it. Wise words from Jimmy Miller.
Methtona can be tough.
Hey, there's some people in Daytona that watch this, and they take offense.
They don't take offense because they understand that they're like, yeah, we know where we live.
Okay. Yeah, should be fun. Starts Thursday and ends Sunday. All right, last but not least, thank you to Vulcan Pickleball, which, Jimmy, do we have any news that we can tease?
Well, look, Tyler, Vulcan, we have the V Pro Fight, obviously the official ball of pickleball, right? We have the official ball of MLP, of Duper, of high school, of collegiate, and now the official ball of USA Pickleball in a weird way, because if it's the official ball of Duper, and Duper is now teaming up with USA Pickleball, if you're playing USAP events and they're putting in your Duper, you got to use that Vulcan ball, right? So if you want the most accurate Duper, use that Vulcan ball. By the way, we'll talk about this in just a second, but also we know that, you know, there's rumors out there. We know that Stack and Vulcan have a little bit of a collaboration. Stack recently signed Nicholas Kyrgios. Is it Nicholas or Nicholas? I have a friend, he's Greek, and it's Nicholas, not Nicholas.
Interesting.
Anyways, and I saw a post recently from Vulcan, and it just said a new era.
New era. What could that ever mean?
I feel like, you know, Vulcan has a lot of fun things coming down the pipeline, a lot of exciting things, so stay tuned. Super pumped about it. I think you're going to be super pumped about it. I think Tyler.loong 2026
is my year.
Is your year. And if it's not,
I'm done.
Might be time to get a day job.
I'm done.
But yeah, all right.
Okay. Thank you, Vulcan, for the support. Always use code KOTC at checkout. All right. Into questions. Are you ready, Jimmy?
Yes, let's get it.
All right. Somebody said, all right, kind of, we talked about this earlier, but they said, whose signature paddles are actually profitable? That's an interesting question.
Ben's?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on, because a lot of these players that have signature paddles, they just get a royalty. So when it sells, they get a check from that. And so it's not like they're losing money if it doesn't sell.
No, but like if you're paying a player $150,000 a year, right? You're not. It's very rare that some of these paddle companies. Now, look, Yola probably does it because they have, you know, all 4 of their paddles did really well. But it's probably rare that some of these players you're getting a dollar for dollar return.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Ben has a lifetime deal with Yola.
Yeah.
His deal is massive. So, it's probably tough that you're going to get a dollar for dollar return. But yeah, of course, those Yolas. I mean, I think that AB's does well, right? We know Ben's does well. I'm sure Tyson's does great. The Agassi obviously is crushing it. Collins probably even does okay because it has nothing to do with it being Colin. It's the shape. It's the type of paddle that it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. By the way, I did hear that Deckel is another one that Yola did not re-sign. Glausman too.
Interesting. For next year.
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming most of these contracts, they ended at 2025.
Yeah. A lot of those guys are going to let walks.
Yep. All right. Somebody said, on the cusp of this, when is Vulcan coming out with that new paddle that Tyler was talking about?
It's coming.
New era.
Tyler, what did I give you today?
Something along those lines.
I gave you some gifts.
Yep.
It's coming.
Predict who will be the most improved player in 2026 and who will drop off the most.
Oh, I like this question. All right, I'm going to say most improved.
This is actually kind of tricky because if somebody is, call it rank 50 and they go up to rank 30, that's obviously a massive improvement. But I think you're probably talking about somebody like, call it in the 15 to 20, cracking in the top 10 or top 5.
Yeah, I'm going to say my most improved, fingers crossed, prayers up, Lane Sleeth. If Lane is healthy, I'm going to say Lane is my most improved.
Okay.
I think she is set to make a massive jump. Another female who I think could make a pretty big jump this year is Jelena Ingram.
Okay.
I think she's very skilled. I think she can make a big jump. On the men's side, there's so many of these young kids that were signed. I mean, Tama is probably set to break out. Camden Chafin is probably set to, but what's improvement, right? Like for those guys, I mean, it's probably they got to consistently make the quarters.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Consistency is key. Not just once or twice or even
that's
3
what I'm
times.
saying.
Consistently.
But I could see them honestly being there. In terms of guys that have been around for a while, it's tough. You kind of know who everybody is at this point. Look, I love the kid. Okay. But when's Wyatt Stone going to make the leap? Right?
I would say this last year, he actually made
He was better.
Yeah.
He was. But was it like this massive leap? No.
compared to what it was
Like,
previously.
who's
I would
that
say.
guy? Who's that next guy or girl?
I'm going to go out on a limb because I am playing a tournament so far with him. Tom Protzek. I think he'll do well.
I mean, Protzek is solid. Like he's playing with.
But like you said, there's so many of these new players that if they lock in, if they dial in, if they can figure a few things out, they can get hot.
Yeah. Who is that guy that's going to make that leap?
Who's going to fall off the most, Jimmy?
I mean, look, dude. The one thing that we cannot outrun is age.
Ouch. I feel like this is geared towards me.
No, but I mean, there just comes a point where everybody just kind of age catches up to you.
Who are you referring to?
And so I think that we may finally see a little bit of that slump from Matt Wright. We've seen it in mixed. Lucy, we've kind of seen it a little bit. Is this the year that Callie Smith falls off a little bit? Does Elise fall? I mean, Elise is 37.
She is, but she's been the most consistent.
She has. She's
of the
working
women.
hard. Yeah, I agree. So I don't know.
Give me 1 or 2 more players on the men's side.
That fall off.
Yeah. Just curious your thoughts.
I'm gonna say that.
Ooh, I have one. I'm not going to say it, but I have one.
I think Jay DeVilliers falls off this year.
Okay.
I think he's going to hate me for that because he's actually playing really well. I feel like he actually fell off and now he's coming back.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to say Riley Newman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Now Jay's going to prove me wrong and I'm going to see him in an event. He's going to be like, F you, in his sexy accent.
Okay. Let's see what else.
I'm going to say that, yeah.
If Annalie Waters cloned herself and one played with Jade and one played with Jackie, who wins?
Ooh, that's a great question. I think it'd be 5. If they played 10 matches, it'd be 5-5.
Really?
I actually think that Jade.
There's got to be one of their styles that suit Annalise better than the other.
I think Jade suits Annalise better.
So 6'4". 6'4" or 7'3".
The reason I say that is because Jade is so good at covering middle and Annalie can fly around, right? Where Jackie will set up points, and Jackie actually, I mean, she's really good on the right too, but she does play a lot of left. And so that's the only reason I would say that.
All right, this is a great question. Will Jack Sock stop playing if contract becomes results-based?
Okay, let me just give you guys a hint, okay? A little inside info. Yes and no. Yes, he probably would. No, because Jack Sock's always going to be able to be taking, PPA will always take care of Jack Sock. And what I mean by that is maybe Jack Sock's contract might be a little bit different than everybody else's.
Yeah.
So
but if he didn't have that contract,
if it was straight results based,
straight prize money,
100%, he'd be stupid to just keep, other than depending on how big his Selkirk deal is. Maybe his Selkirk deal is so big that it makes sense for him to keep playing, but I doubt it.
Okay. Anything else, Jimmy?
I mean, he does have a new wife to take care of.
Let's see. I thought we had a few questions.
She's still in school. I think he's got to, get her through school, get her through college.
High school or college?
Well, maybe high school. I don't know. I bet she likes tater tots. Actually, I like tater tots.
So this you'll like. Should Julian and Lauren be worried that they can't even get into the semis of a challenger event?
No, because it's guaranteed money. This is what you guys don't understand. Somebody on Twitter talked about this, and they said that Julian and Lauren have had decent results. Like, look, Julian and Lauren were fine before they signed these guaranteed deals. This is the problem with guaranteed contracts in all sports. We've seen this with tons and tons of players. Anthony Rendon of the Angels signed a $300 million deal, and the dude's played like 200 games in 8 seasons. This is what happens with guaranteed deals is you run a massive, massive risk. And Julian and Lauren had good results. If you look at 2022 and 2023, actually 2022, they had good results. I mean, I think they both medaled 3 or 4 times, right? In 2023, early 2023, I think Lauren ended up had a silver. Julian had like a 4th place, right? And then that guaranteed money kicked in March, I believe, of 2023. Mm-hmm. And now look at their results from March 2023 until today. They're atrocious. Mm-hmm. They've fallen off. They don't care. They don't care. They didn't just all of a sudden overnight get bad at pickleball. They all of a sudden overnight got rich. And between the two of them, they're making, $1.5 million a year. So they're going to cash in about $4.5 million over 3 years on this deal. They bought a house. They moved. Right? They're in Austin where literally like it's, if it's not Utah or Boca, probably pickleball mecca where you can get better and train.
Yeah.
They moved to random Tennessee, right? Where they can just hang out and have a nice little homestead and buy a house. I doubt they train much. I doubt they play very much. And honestly, showing up for tournament for one day and going home instead of hanging out all week long, they don't care. They get paid no matter what.
That is true. The only thing I would say is I was talking with this other person about these contract situation, and he said the first day of your contract, you are playing for your next contract. And
you are, but at 32 years old, knowing that you're guaranteed for 3 years, you're not playing for your next contract. Those guys are playing for 35. I'm going to retire. I'm going to have $4 million in the bank.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go do something else.
Yeah, it's
most people, yes, that's exactly right.
Most people, and it's sad because a few people can ruin it all for everybody. Yeah. But if you look in these other sports, they're all guaranteed. NFL, they're guaranteed money. Basketball, they're guaranteed money. They sign these 1, 3, 5-year contracts, and so it's the same thing with them. And in those sports, they have a lot more injuries than they do in pickleball, and so
they do. But you don't see guys just completely fall off like this after. Now there's most of it's injury related, but these guys just fell off. And unfortunately they didn't fall off because they lack skill. They fell off because they don't care. Okay. And that's the worst part about it is they just, I mean, it's sad. I mean, Julian was just coming off of, he was at the top of his game. He just won freaking MLP over Ben Johns, right? He was the MVP. He was everybody was loving Julian. He was loud.
Come on.
Yeah.
Now or never.
He had that massive paddle deal. He was at the top of the game. He took that money and he just completely checked out. And maybe he doesn't care, but What hurts more than anything is any sort of potential legacy that you could have had. And that doesn't mean a lot to some people, but to some people it does.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anything else, Jimmy?
Nope. I think that's it.
Okay. If you've made it this far, please do us a big favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. We have a ton of new announcements coming out. As we've said, we have the new merch. So new apparel, new shirts. If you want to support us, we get a small percentage of those sales. KOTC podcast. We have sweaters, T-shirts, and even hoodies and hats. So we have a lot.
Yeah, we got a lot coming. So check it out.
Also, like I said, 2026 is going to be an epic year for this show. We're doing a call-in show that I'm stoked on. Also, we have a giveaway going that we will announce more information on, but follow our Instagram page and also our YouTube page and like, subscribe, and tag friends. The giveaway ends shortly.
Yes.
All right.